Hey gamers, welcome to my channel, and today, as you can see from the title, I'm going to rank all the Sega consoles I own, from 1 to 10. To be honest, the idea for this video came from a YouTuber that I love very much, Sega Lord X, and I like his videos so much that I decided to make one too. Even though he's one of my favorite YouTubers, his personal tastes are very different from mine. So, as you can see from this picture, these are the second consoles that I own. No, I'm not going to rank my classic mini consoles. I put them in the picture just to show off and because I love them. So, let's start. The Sega Master System. The Master System is a console that have many good games. Games such as Shinobi, Shadow Dancer, Golden Axe Warrior, Sonic 1 and 2, Ninja Gaiden, Phantasy Star, Alex Kidd, Wonder Boy, Batman Return, among others. Honestly, I still play some of these games currently, and it's a console I really like. Personally, I don't like the control pad very much, because it doesn't have the select and the start button, and the D-pad isn't the best either. I also consider the original NES to be a superior console, so my ranking for this console is 7 out of 10. Game Gear. The Game Gear was a console that it didn't win me over. It has some good games such as Sonic, Castle of Illusion, Shinobi the Simon's Fury, Axe Battler, The Legend of Golden Axe, Wonder Boy, and a few more. I also found the console comfortable. The D-pad is excellent, I also like the buttons, but my biggest problem with the console was the screen image quality. Even when adjusting the image, it's never sharp, it looks like the screen is foggy, and the batteries lasted less time than a Goldberg wrestling match. 6 batteries, not 4 like the Game Boy. I think Sega was too ambitious, they couldn't have made something simpler, so my ranking will be a 6 out of 10. Now, the Sega Megadrive. The Sega Megadrive was my first Sega console. I completely fell in love with this machine. Even today, I play and finish Street of Rage, the Sonic games, Revenge of Shinobi, Shinobi 3, Golden Axe every year. It has dozens of wonderful games, Story of Thor, Turrican, Mega Turrican, Street Fighter 2, Midnight Resistance, Fatal Fury, Flashback, Shadow Dancer, Thunder Force 4, and so many others. The 6-button pad is still my favorite for playing fighting games, and the console design is gorgeous, and for me is undoubted a 10 out of 10. Mega CD. The Mega CD has superior performance and audio compared to the Mega Drive. It doesn't have a huge catalog, but it does have some games with very high quality, making it a good console. Final Fight CD, Sonic CD, Lords of Thunders, Eternal Champions, Snatcher, Lunar, The Terminator, among others. The CD have much more capacity, and certain games that were also released in the Mega Drive, like Earthworm Jim, Flashback, Mortal Kombat, Samurai Shodown, run much better in the Mega CD. We played with the Mega Drive controller, which, in my opinion, is the best for playing 2D games. And as I said at the beginning, it doesn't have many games, but for the quality of some, it deserves a 7 out of 10. The Sega 32X. To be honest, I play many hours on this system, but basically I only played 4 games: Doom, Virtua Fighter, Virtua Racing Deluxe and Mortal Kombat 2. And apart from those, it's difficult to find 10 quality games on this system. We have Space Harrier, Afterburner, Colibri, NBA Jam. We also have a game with Knuckles that isn't as good as the previous Sonic games. In my opinion, this system shouldn't exist. I apologize to the gamers who love it, but that is just my personal opinion. It was released in the same year as the Sega Saturn and was quickly discontinued. Again, in my opinion, the money they invested in this console should have been used to make more games for the Mega CD. So in my opinion, a 5 out of 10. The Sega Saturn. Personally, I didn't like the Sega Saturn at the time, and it was during this generation that I stopped buying Sega consoles and started buying Nintendo. Over the time, this console won me over. Despite not having a big catalog or the quality of the PlayStation 1, it had many good exclusives, such as Puzzle Dragoon, Virtua Fighter 2, Sega Rally, Fighting Vipers, Story of Thor 2, and many good 2D fighting games like the Street Fighter collection, Marvel Super Heroes vs Street Fighter, the Kings of Fighters. It also have a wonderful controller for playing these games, and the Saturn ability to handle 2D sprites made it the definitive machine for fans of the genre in the 90s. It also have many hidden gems such as Shinobi X, Dragon Force and Deep Fear. Currently, I can say that in my opinion, it was a console with the same quality of the Nintendo 64, so it deserves a 8 out of 10. To finish, the Dreamcast. I didn't buy a Dreamcast at the time of the release because I didn't like the Sega Saturn, but I couldn't resist and I bought one in 2002. It was in this system that I played my first Resident Evil, the one that you are seeing, Code Veronica, and later the original Resident Evil 2 and 3. It was on this system that I played and finished countless times, the one that is still my favorite RPG, Grandia 2. And speaking of RPGs, who doesn't remember the wonderful skies of Arcadia? Shenmue, Power Stone 1 and 2, Crazy Taxi, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Virtua Fighter 3, and like the Sega Saturn, so many good 2D fighting games. And speaking of fighting games, I will never forget the first time I saw Soul Calibur. So undoubted, a 9 out of 10. So that's it gamers, it is finished. Another video in this wonderful channel. I even choke with this lie. So please tell me in the comments if you agree with my ranking or if I was unfair to any console. As always, I hope you like this video and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.
This victory, you win!
長いものには巻かれろってね。